tiny cotton plants, but they mean big money for some farmers, and they cost you, the American taxpayer, billions of dollars. For decades, it's been one of America's most lavish and controversial government giveaways.
It has cost the American taxpayer over $1.5 billion.
Gentlemen,
and what we're trying to do
$1 billion a year on average, $12 billion since the mid-'80s alone, supposedly to protect cotton farmers against falling prices and help them compete in world markets. But the General Accounting Office of Congress calls it a costly, complex maze of programs at great cost to the government and society. Most cotton farmers say they deserve the money, that growers in other countries are subsidized, and that U.S. subsidies aren't a big deal.
That ain't spit on a griddle. That really isn't. I mean, if they want to go after and do something about the deficit, they've got to go to the programs that are the big ones. And right now, that's your social programs.
But a consumer advocate group says the cotton subsidy is a scandal.
Cotton, more than any other commodity, has been double dipping for years. They get payments when years are good and they're protected when years are bad.
Some farmers, like Ray Loop and his father Leonard of Brownsville, Texas, say they don't need a cotton subsidy.
It tends to create a dependent. You know, I think farmers have become dependent on the program.
The ones that really want to farm, they'll be around. But there's not many of us left.
In 1949, there were 1 million cotton farms, many small and struggling. Now there are fewer than 150,000, and the biggest and richest get most of the taxpayer cash. In 1993, 4 farms got more than $1 million each. Given all that, Congress finally decided to reform the subsidy programs. Last week, the House voted to get rid of most handouts.
If it was phased out immediately, yes. It would break a lot of us just overnight.
But he shouldn't worry just yet. In the new farm bill, most subsidy payments would be phased out over 7 years, and a generous loan program for cotton farmers would be retained for now, so they won't be hurt anytime soon.
This year, when cotton is at a historically high price, they're going to get $700 million. Just, here, Mr. Cotton Farmer, here's your check.
All this after a barrage of lobbying by the National Cotton Council of America, which refused to be interviewed for this story. The industry prefers to churn out heartwarming commercials like this.
This is the good stuff. This is the fabric of our lives. This is cotton.
It's richly woven through politics, with the industry legally handing out hundreds of thousands of dollars to members of Congress, while your tax dollars flow back into cotton farmers' bank accounts in what critics call a fleecing of America. Mike Jensen, NBC News, New York.
It's time now for a look at some of the letters, email, and other feedback that we've gotten from you on the fleecing of America. Aviation enthusiast Scott Schweitzer of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, complained about our fleecing report on travel by officials of the Transportation Department.
The segment about Transportation Secretary Pena's trip to the Far East and the EAA conference was a short-sighted piece of journalism. You inaccurately portrayed the important work of Secretary Pena as waste instead of portraying Mr. Pena as at work, as he should be, promoting one of the few industries that some of our more greedy business leaders have not yet completely shipped overseas.
We did receive a lot of positive feedback on last month's 2 fleece stories about Medicare and healthcare fraud. Lakey Wood of Princeton, West Virginia wrote, I have been watching NBC Nightly News regularly, and I'm amazed that the President and Congress have not taken action and repaired excessive spending that has been exposed. And words of encouragement from Pick Pickrell in Caldwell, Idaho. From me to you folks, a big attaboy. This is about the only way, and for sure the best way, that the taxpayers can find out about the abuse and fraud in our government. Finally, a letter about Norman Schwarzkopf's profile of a successful Chicago private school principal. Robert Muir from Abascon, New Jersey writes, this school has a 100% college attendance rate because those students that the school deems inappropriate are expelled. I am concerned about this. He then asked us to make some attempt to follow up on the expelled students and what we can do to assist them. If you see something that you think may be a part of the fleecing of America, we want to hear about it. You can write to us at The Fleecing of America, NBC Nightly News, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York, 10112. Or you can email us at fleecing@nbc.com. When we come back, it could be the ultimate act of downsizing. Will Pluto lose its planet status? It's a cosmic controversy.
At a height of 19 feet, the awkward-looking giraffe would appear to be at a disadvantage in the jungle. But in fact, his height is his greatest asset, allowing him to graze where others can't, easily survey the land, and take gigantic strides when threatened by predators. The preceding has been brought to you by the all-new Nissan Pathfinder, now with a higher stance and more headroom.
It's a great time to be silver because you're over 50 and you haven't lost your edge. Now there's a Centrum made just for you. Centrum Silver for your changing nutritional needs. Centrum Silver. It's a great time to be silver.
The last one's left the house. It's just the two of you now. It's time for Create a Meal. It's a great meal without a big hassle. Brown your favorite meat, lay on a hearty measure of Green Giant's fresh-tasting veggies, our delicious Create a Meal sauce, and in 20 minutes, it's dinner, the way it used to be. It's a fresh solution to dinner. Create a Meal.
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
In January, Publishers Clearinghouse surprised one winner.
We just won $10 million.
Starting March 21st, they'll wake up 30 winners in 30 days with prizes up to $100,000. Enter today and you could wake up a winner.
Thank you.
Welcome to a place where a quiet moment fuels great thoughts, where the coffee stirs the conversation and the steamiest moments are found in a cup. It's not a coffee house. It's a place called home. Introducing Italian Espresso Roast from Maxwell House. Coffee house coffee you can brew in your regular coffee maker. Deep, intense, but not bitter. It's the first coffee house coffee that's good to the last drop.
Tomorrow on Today, will Matt Lauer finally get the dirt on Friends?
Probably not on camera, no. I don't think anyone.
There's more from Matt LeBlanc tomorrow on Today.
A child's murder.
Little girl got killed.
A mother's vengeance. A surprise ending you won't believe. A can't miss Law & Order NBC tonight.
The war of words between the United States and China is heating up again tonight. At issue this time, upcoming Chinese missile tests that threaten shipping near Taiwan, which China considers to be a hostile renegade province. Today, the U.S. called these tests provocative and senseless. The United States also is displeased by China's sale of military technology to Iran, including sophisticated missile patrol boats seen in this photo obtained exclusively by NBC News from government sources. The boats could threaten crucial oil shipments through the Persian Gulf. In the Middle East, the crackdown on Islamic militants continuing today in unprecedented partnership tonight as Israeli and PLO police join forces to raid radical strongholds and arrest more than 100 thought to be linked to the recent wave of bombings in Israel. In Washington, a crackdown of a different kind on Capitol Hill. A Senate committee got a rare look at the inner workings of telemarketing scams, one of America's biggest ripoffs. Here's NBC's Robert Hager.
From boiler room operations in Las Vegas and elsewhere, telephone salesmen scam consumers out of $40 billion a year with fraudulent come-ons.
Grand prize is $25,000.
Today, a convicted scammer from Las Vegas, Edward Gould, gave senators an inside look at the business.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
27.
Gould told how telemarketers prey on the loneliness of older people like Mary Downs, befriend them and get them hooked.
Now you had a customer that you could call a second time and ask them for $3,000 or $5,000 or $10,000.
He told of fake prizes, like this piece of metal advertised as a TV satellite dish. This fur coat actually made of acrylic. This car phone, literally that, a plastic phone shaped like a car. Some victims are taken for huge sums.
Before the person knows it, it's 5 months later and they're $40,000, $50,000 in the hole.
Telemarketers got $74,000 out of Mary Downs.
They cheated me financially, psychologically, and every other way. I will do anything I can to stop them from doing the same to others.
You have to stop trying to get awards that are coming to you because they're not. You just can't give these credit card numbers over the phone.
Gould should know. He estimates he personally victimized 5,000 people. From his testimony, senators hope to learn more how they can protect millions of others. Robert Hager, NBC News, Washington.
Now to NBC News Online, beyond the day's headlines. With all of this talk about declining family values, a new study shows how Americans actually are measuring up these days. Divorce, it turns out, is down slightly from its peak in 1980 to fewer than 5 people per 1,000. More than 1 million births, almost 1 in 3, are to unwed mothers. That number does continue to grow, but less quickly now than throughout the 1980s. And there are now more than 25 million two-parent married families with children. That's up since 1990. I'll be back with more news in a moment.
While other real estate companies make lots of noise about themselves, at Coldwell Banker, we're busy taking care of you. From supporting your needs to expanding our services, you've been our sole focus for over 90 years. No wonder more than 9 out of 10 of our customers would recommend us to a friend. So for real support, turn to Coldwell Banker. For over 90 years, support you can count on.
Of all the things you could wish for, if you have osteoporosis, what you probably wish for most is stronger bones. Now you can do more than wish. Ask your doctor about treatments that can actually strengthen bone.
Can you guess which cereal will now carry the American Heart Association mark? The answer shouldn't surprise you. It's Cheerios. A diet low in saturated fat and cholesterol, including Cheerios, may help reduce the risk of heart disease. This Cheerios, made from whole grain oats, is also a good source of fiber. And those delicious O's are low in fat and saturated fat with no cholesterol. No wonder Cheerios carries the American Heart Association mark.
So, what'd you have in mind? Barbara? Well, just a little off the top. Plump, delicious Sunsweet pitted prunes. Sunsweet, always a sweet idea.
Give me the ball! Hey, foul!
Bayer. Powerful pain relief, and so much more. Now, extra strength Bayer PM, the only aspirin that gently helps you sleep.
Dateline, a family home in flames. He tried to get all the kids out, but couldn't. If he were wearing this, he might have. Does your fire department have one? Dateline, NBC tonight.
Is nothing sacred. Most of us have grown up with the notion that Pluto is a comic dog and a planet. Pluto, small, but right up there with Saturn, Venus, Mars, and all the rest. Well, now, Pluto is still a dog, but maybe not a planet. Here's NBC's Bob Fall.
There, in the vast firmament, that cluster of cosmic dust almost 4 billion miles from the sun, is tiny Pluto. Alas, that's Pluto's problem. Is it big enough to be a planet?
It seems clear to me that it's not, it would not be called a planet if it were discovered today.
Talk of downsizing Pluto makes some astronomers almost see red.
I think it's a little chauvinistic to think that we're big enough to be a planet and Pluto is not.
As these things go, Pluto isn't exactly chump change. The rock-hard frozen ball of methane and nitrogen is almost 1,400 miles across. But tomorrow, photographs from the Hubble Space Telescope will show that Pluto is smaller than once thought and is too puny for some to classify as a major planet.
Do you know what it's going to be classified as?
Well, no, but since you asked...
One person has suggested that that Pluto be renamed the King of the Kuiper Belt.
You mean King of the Kuiper Belt doesn't do much for you?
It's disappointing. It's only going to be 8 planets. I really like Pluto.
After all...
Your $60 contribution to OPB brings you this delightful book, Where to Find the Oregon in Oregon, by Bridget Beatty McCarthy. It's a comprehensive guide to Oregon's special places that represent the essence of the state. plus a listing of establishments whose products and services offer a local or regional experience. This easy-to-use book is yours with your $60 donation to OPB. Just call 1-800-551-9911. And thanks.
Hi, I'm Scott Simon. Maybe you recognize me from the radio. I host National Public Radio's Weekend Edition on Saturday, and it can be heard on the stations of Oregon Public Broadcasting every Saturday morning from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. But I'm looking at you tonight to ask you to call the numbers on your screen to become a member of the Oregon Public Broadcasting family. The television station you're watching now is the only place you can see many of your favorite public television programs like Mystery or Masterpiece Theater or 7 Days or the McNeil-Lehrer News Hour or Frontlines. And the only way we can continue to bring you those programs is if you call the numbers on your screen right now and join us in supporting public broadcasting. It's not only the best television programming that's available, it's programming that comes to you without commercial interruptions. But it's not exactly free. We need to pay for it. We need to pay the people who produce it, which is why we're not embarrassed to come to you and ask you for your help. So we hope you'll become a member of Oregon Public Broadcasting. Watch television, listen to radio, or we hope both. Thank you.
Be sure to ask for this handsome OPB black and gold tankard mug when you contribute $75 to OPB. It holds more than 16 ounces of your favorite beverage, soup, or whatever you want to fill it with. You'll certainly want to add this sturdy mug to your collection. And remember, the mug is microwavable. Call 1-800-551-9911 now. If you'd like to mail in your contribution, here's the address. Oregon Public Broadcasting. Post Office Box 4373, Portland, Oregon 97208.
Part of a proud tradition in Hillsborough, this is Oregon Public Broadcasting.
Funding for local broadcast of the News Hour with Jim Lehrer has been provided by a grant from ODS Health Plans, the group medical plans that meet the needs of Oregonians by providing a broad range of medical and dental coverage and responsive service, and by the Collins Foundation. The Collins Foundation is dedicated to improving the quality of life in Oregon.